Muhammad
Yes.
Bilfa Abdul Rauf, yes.
Yes, I'm the co-author.
Okay, Muhammad, the floor is yours. So 10 minutes for your presentation.
Okay, so I can do the share.
Share your presentation, please.
Okay.
Use the sharing in the
Yes.
up,
Can you see
right? Yeah.
the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just a moment. Let me just open. Okay. Give me less than 10 seconds. Okay, you can.
No problem.
Yes. Okay.
So just we can see it now. Just put it in a full screen, please.
Yes. Can you see the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes. Yeah, we can see it now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Mohammed Adraouf. My main co-author is Dr. Marwa Al Maghawi. Today we're going to present a very interesting topic which called the long and run and short run impact of ESG, which stands for Environmental Social Governance scores on the corporate earnings evidence from EJX 30 listed companies. I will walk with you with the beginning of the introduction till the applications. In the beginning, we know that the ESG principles become very important in modern corporate strategy, which shapes how investor regulates consumer assets and long-term value. So according to emerging markets, most of ESG research focuses on developed economics countries, but there are limited studies in the MENA region focusing on Egypt, for example. So Egypt is a key case, is the capital market reforms, increasing transparency and the importance of AJX 30 index make it ideal to examine how the ESG reshapes the financial performance dynamics. According to the research purpose, the study investigated the short and long-term relationship between ESG, corporation earnings for AJX 30 firms from 2018 till 2024 using advanced econometric methods. So for the previous studies, beginning with the independent variable, which is the ESG, we found that according to Jellicoe and Starks 2021, the ESG performance has become a cornerstone important factor for corporate strategy, reflecting how firms integrate sustainable related risk and opportunities into their operations. Moving on to the dependent variable, which is the corporate earnings, according to the previous study like Velti 2017, in addition, Landy and Skirl 2018, we found that ESG engagement increasingly shapes the earning dynamics. Corporate earnings remain the most direct indicator of firm performance according to the recent studies. So, according to the previous study, the relationship between the independent and the dependent, the ESG performance and the corporate earnings, according to Prick, Bandy, and Banerjee 2023, it is found that for focusing on Latin American the ESG investment made depress short-term profitability before yielding efficiency-driven gain in later periods. And we will understand this more for the results. So our suggested hypothesis after reviewing the literature review, there is a significant positive relationship between the ESG performance and corporate earnings in both short-term and long-run among AJX 30. For the sub-hypothesis, the first H1A, which is the long run, ESG scores have a significant positive impact on corporate earnings in the long equilibrium, while the H1P is for the short run. Okay, according to the methodology, we have the methodology we analyze using the status 17th version, focusing on the all listed companies in the AJX 30, which, AJX stands for the Egyptian Stock Exchange. The study assumes liquidation design from 2018 24, as we said previously, and this is the dependent variable and the dependent variable, while the control variables are the firm size and the firm age, while the dependent variable of the performance is the earning per share. And this is our regression equation for the long term and short term, focusing on the independent and dependent and the control variables. Okay, so here are the results. It is found that beginning with the ESG for the long run, we found that there's a positive coefficient, there's a positive impact. as well as for the firm age, but we found that firm size there is a negative impact. This is beginning with the long run. While the short run, we found that there is a negative effect on the dependent variable. So, according to the results, the study found strong positive relation between the ESG performance and corporate earnings in both short and long term, suggesting that sustainable business practices are financially beneficial from Egyptian emerging markets. To sum up everything, the long-term effect, there's a greater percentage than the short-run effect. This means that when the ESG is implemented for the long term, the Egyptian stock companies benefit for long term because it takes time to reflect on the performance. For the research contribution, after we found the hypothesis acceptance and the regression, to our knowledge, the use of evidence panel configuration to examine the dynamics of ESG earning relationship in the Egyptian capital market to understand the long term and short term. This is the first approach that was used in Egypt. For the theoretical and practical applications, this study shows a positive ESG earnings relationship in Egyptian capital market, extending the generalizability of ESG theory beyond development economics. With the support of the theories, there are theories which is called stakeholder theory and the resource-based theory, confirming that strategic ESG engagement leads to sustainable financial superiority or sustained financial superiority. For the dynamics of model of ESG, introduce a nonce model showing a dual temporal dynamic, which means we have the long and the short-term relationship. In addition, for the practical perspective for the policymaker and regulators, the finding supports the development of policy, so they should implement regulations to focus on the environmental social governance, which enhances the performance of the AGX 30 as we saw in the statistics result. For the corporate managers, the managers should invest more in the ESG because it's very strategic, very important. And we should focus on a long-term value creation. For the investors, it's very important for the investors because this shows that there's a good prediction of the earnings in the long term. And finally, I would like to say that even if the result gave you a different outcome in the short run, you have to be patient to see in the long term. Finally, for the sample limitation, we focus only in the AGX 30, not the AGX 70 or 100. This can be used for the future study. We can do a comparative analysis between, for example, MENA region, like Middle East and North Africa. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, please let me know. And this is the team, Dr. Marwa and me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Muhammad, for your interesting presentation. So let's open the floor now for questions. Any question from Marwa? You have a question? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you for your presentation, Mohammed.
Thank you.
My question is, here you differentiate with the short run and the long run, so effect of the ESG pillars. Do you observe that any specific ESG pillar, environmental, social, or governance, drive these differences between between the short run and the long run?
Okay, thank you so much. This is very an important, amazing question.
Mm.
First, there is no focus on a specific pillar because there is a dataset that contains all the three weights of the ESG, which is the environmental, social, governance to test. So the data itself or what is implemented in Egypt, they don't focus on a certain pillar, they focus as all together.
Okay, yeah, it's clear. Thank you.
Do you have a question here? No, in the audience? No. We've got some attendance here. So, okay. So, Muhammad, let me ask you. You've said that you've measured that as a one unit, one ESG score for total score. Why you don't divide them in three pillars?
This is very good question. If we identify three pillars, we might investigate, like zooming in, maybe there is a variable that is hidden that shows maybe another outcome. So why we didn't do that? Because this can be used for the future studies. We did not, for the time limit and limitation, did not cover everything. But this is a very good question, and we took into consideration for the future studies.
And I see, thank you very much. I see your data started from 2018.
Yes.
Can you explain why and from where you collect your ESG scores? Are you using Bloomberg or Infinitive or a local method?
Thank you so much. The data set was published in the Central Bank of Egypt from this period, so that's why we begin collecting data from from this time period since the publishing till 2024, and unfortunately we did not collect the 2025 because we're still in this year. But after by the end of or the mid of 2026, we can start to collect and expand.
I see. I'm not sure. I'm following in ESG in the MENA region, but I'm not sure if Egypt published the guideline for ESG scoring a long time ago. So it might be recently. So make sure that the data is relevant and really related to your companies. I would also suggest that to add the sectors also as well and divided them into 3 pillars that are going to give more incentive discussion.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your participating and presenting the paper. So now let's move to last paper, which is Dario.
Yeah, I'm here.
I pronounced your name correctly, Dario.
Dario.